Hey guys, wanted to review some phone settings here. Going to try to do a big overview, but show you some distinct examples. So a number of things you can do in settings. You want to click on that settings. We're going to stick to iPhone in this video. Android is similar in capability and relatively similar in where you find these items, but we're going to stick with iPhone here. One of the things you want to do is just hit general settings and then come down to notifications. And for that, each app is going to have its own settings for notifications. So one of the things that I did that's been really great is under messages, I turned the sounds off. So that also does include vibrating. So my phone just doesn't make a sound even for text anymore because I get a lot of them. I'll show you in a minute how to individually do that for certain threads, where you can have certain threads not vibrate or make a sound, like a group text, for example. Obviously, you need to have allow notifications on to be able to have these settings down here. Notification Center is something real interesting. If you swipe from the very top of your phone down, it opens up your notifications. So these are all the notifications that might have popped up while you were looking at stuff. So this is a way you can easily go back and find them, and you can just swipe back up to make that go away. Again, sounds. The badge app icon is a little one, the little circle number of notifications. I have that off for most of my apps. I actually turned that off for Facebook, which is quite lovely. You just go to Facebook when you want to go there, not because someone that you don't know just posted a picture. And then also showing lock screen is a really important one, because that is what happens when your phone is basically off, or the phone, the screen is not lit up. Those are the items that light up your screen. So another really great way to control your notifications is to change your lock screen settings and only have really important stuff show up in your lock screen, instead of having a cajillion things when every time you look at your phone, having just a pile of those. Also here at the bottom, the alert style when unlocked. So unlocked just means, like your phone's lit up, like we're looking at right now. None banners are the ones that scroll across the top, like the example is showing you. And alerts are the ones that pop up and you have to hit OK or snooze or cancel on. Like you cannot do anything else on the phone until you've acknowledged it. So that is a good one. And I don't even mess with these messages options. I'm not even sure what those are. Show previews. Oh, that's interesting. So you can set it to be only when unlocked or all the time, and repeat alerts. Oh, that's an interesting setting. I think that's actually new. So that's kind of like a snooze. Very cool. So again, you can set that for each app. And as you can probably see scrolling through here, I have sounds turned off for pretty much everything except for phone and FaceTime. So anyway, that can be a great way to really only focus on apps that need to offer sound. I do have sound turned on Uber there because it vibrates when your driver pulls up. But aside from that, you can see that for the most part, I have sounds turned off or intend to. And again, having those Facebook specific settings to not make a sound and not even have the badge app is really, really nice, to not have to have that little one every time, because you can't help but look at it. Another thing under settings that's really important, and this does also exist on Android, but on the iPhone under Do Not Disturb, you can manually set it, which just means that you just turn it on. Or you can also leave it scheduled. You can see here mine is scheduled from 11 o'clock at night to 7 o'clock in the morning, where it does not make, even if somebody calls or texts or whatnot, it doesn't make any sound. It doesn't even light up the screen. So you can still see it. So if you have a missed call during that time, you'll see it as a missed call, but it's not going to light up your phone even if it's sitting next to you. During that time, you can also elect to allow calls from your favorites, or from no one, or from everyone, which I'm not sure why you would ever want that, but favorites is a great way to do that, and I'll try to show you a little bit later how to save favorites. It's pretty easy. You do it specific to a certain contact. In fact, just in the edit feature, it'll just say, add this to favorites, and you just add it. Repeated calls is a really interesting feature. It basically, if somebody calls you back within 3 minutes and the same number, even on Do Not Disturb, your phone will ring. It can be good if you have young kids who lose their phones and call you from other people's phones often during strange hours. So anyway, that's a great use for that. The very bottom part, silence always, would be even when you're holding the phone in your hand and the screen's lit up, it's unlocked. Only when iPhone is locked might be the setting you want. It's the one I choose just because if I'm holding my phone in my hand, then it's okay if it rings. But if I'm asleep or laying down and don't want it to go off, then if it's locked, then it'll still be the same Do Not Disturb settings. And so these are pretty easy settings, pretty straight ahead. Also, Control Center is, I think the default for this is on. The Control Center is when you swipe up from the bottom of the phone. It has a number of settings, including airplane mode, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, off or on. That moon symbol is the Do Not Disturb, but that's the manual version. The lock with the circle is if you turn your phone sideways, it won't lock, meaning it won't turn. The phone screen won't try to adjust to be sideways. AirDrop is where you can connect with other contacts with other people. Night Shift is only on certain phones. I think it started with iPhone 6 and 7, where the color of it changes a little bit. You've also got flashlight, clock, calculator, and camera right there. And this is to dim or brighten the screen. You can also actually swipe over to the right, and it has the control for your music. So if there's music currently playing, you can hit play and control the volume of that as well. So another great thing about, let's see, about messages, text here is that if you wanted to go to a specific, if you wanted to, I'll pick on Dana here a little bit. If you click on the eye there at the top right, it will bring up options, and this is where you could actually mute or Do Not Disturb a specific thread. So even if this was a group text, you could do the same thing, hit that eye in the top right, I'll go back to it in a second, and then hit Do Not Disturb. And then the great thing about that is then you'll still see the text, just similar to the Do Not Disturb. It's not going to make a sound or vibrate or do anything, but they'll still be there. It just won't alert you. So again, how to do that is click the eye up here on the top right, and it'll bring those options. I'm going to undo that because I do not want to Do Not Disturb with Dana. So another great thing at the very top left, I'm not going to show you in this video, but the top left of this of your phone, if you're looking at it this way, there's a little switch, and if you put that switch down, it makes your phone completely silent. Or it may vibrate according to your settings, but it will not make any sounds. Let me see if I can figure out where that setting is super quick. I'm going to guess it is under, let's see, home button, accessibility. Maybe it's under sounds. I don't see it. That's a bit of an advanced setting, but to change it. But generally speaking, the default is if you flip that switch down and you see a little orange line, your phone won't make any sound. So that can be a great thing if you're just in a class or something where you temporarily want your phone to not make any sound. You flip that down. When you're done, you can flip it back up, and your settings will all be back just the same way. So I hope that helps. Would love for you to rethink all the sounds that your phone makes and how much of your attention that takes. And hopefully this is a great way to help you. Again, Android has very similar features. A lot of them are just clicking through a lot of the similar places to this, either your general phone settings or settings specific to that app. So I don't have access to an Android phone, but if somebody has one they want to loan me to make a video on, I'm happy to do that. If you have specific questions, drop a note below or leave a comment. Thanks.